Series. Bagara barrels for guaranteed accuracy. Nitride for guaranteed rust proofing. And a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CBA, it's just a better gun.
All right, guys, this next segment's being sponsored by Soulshine Pizza. They're at 4021 Hughes Crossing at Suite 101 over in Franklin, Tennessee. Or y'all can give my buddy Steve Brandon a call, 615-379-7767. They can also take care of all your catering needs. He wants to remind you that they have lunch specials Monday through Friday from 11 to 2. That's going to get you a small pizza, a cup of soup, or a salad and a drink for just $9.99. So be sure to stop in and see them and tell them thank you for everything that they do for us here at the show. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get those phone lines open for you. So if you want to give us a call, you can at 615-737-7767. And while we're waiting on a couple of calls, I want to hit on something just to kind of get it started with you, and that is it Nobody Trashes Tennessee? Am I saying that right?
You are.
So let's talk about Nobody Trashes Tennessee. What is that?
Well, it's our statewide litter prevention campaign. We're trying to educate folks about litter and give them an opportunity to get involved, get their communities involved, and do something. NobodyTrashesTennessee.com is the place to go. Take a litter quiz, find out a little bit more about litter, find out about cleanup statewide, and also I think our campaign is clever and funny. Our particular litter bugs are 18 to 34 years old, so we have we don't want to hit folks over the head, and we want to have some humor about it. And absolutely. So part of our campaign is talking trash that talks. Yeah. We have a red plastic cup that started a litter prevention interview show, and he talks to Tennesseans. Right. In fact, I'd like to have him talk to you. I think that would be a great
that'd be a good
interview.
We'll have him on the, on the show one night.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll talk to my person here, and we'll try to arrange
we'll get that set up.
So he's interviewed Penny Hardaway, he's interviewed Eddie George, he's interviewed folks at the Tennessee Aquarium, and we just talked to folks about trash and how bad it is, and he's Red Plastic Cups trying to help. Ooh, we talked to Smokey the Bear about litter too. Right. So
well, see, y'all just need to add Dayton Blair to that list. Then it'll be complete then.
Well, if you go on NobodyTrashesTennessee.com, you can look at the videos, get a good laugh, and learn a little bit more about litter.
That sounds great. Yeah. Well, we got a few calls coming in. Let's go ahead and grab a couple of those. Benny, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, Brandon. I'm kind of off subject, but the turkeys, about 2 weeks ago, y'all mentioned a disease. And down here in my area, the game warden said that they're doing testing, and it's the chicken manure that the farmers are spreading, and that's the disease that's affecting a few turkeys here and there. It's not statewide, but down in my area, Berry County, they're testing for it there, Brenda.
Yeah, I have heard of some testing going on with that. I've not heard any results from any of the state agencies. There's a couple of universities that are involved with that as well.
Right.
But it does look like there could be some ties there. Again, nothing that I can say factually yet, but they are looking into it among other issues that could be out there. And I commend them for it. I'm glad that we're looking into these things to see what's going on. But if you happen to learn any new information about that or anything you haven't heard us mention, please call us back and let us know.
Oh yeah. Tell Mr. Blair over there, it's not yet. It's get the bag, trash bag.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know it.
Thank you so much for calling tonight.
All right, buddy.
John, how are you doing tonight? John, can you hear me? Might not be there. Think we lost John? All right. Well, John, you're welcome to try to give us a call back, okay? We'll keep the lines open and give us a shout back. So while we're waiting, let's get back to talking about so Nobody Trashes Tennessee. You can go on the website, and you've actually got a Talking Cup. You can go on there
and
get some
grumpy food
information.
container.
A grumpy
There we
food
go.
container. See, that's what we need. We need to get Dayton some kind of outfit, and he can come down there and do something for y'all, you know. But I look forward to having the cup.
We got Richard.
Yeah, we got Richard.
He can be the grumpy cup.
What are some ways? We've talked about people can get involved with you guys and other organizations, but let's just say at home or at work, or what are some ways that just people watching could do a little bit to help just in their own personal way as we go?
Always keep a trash bag in your car. Do like you did on the video. Just pick it up when you see it and you're out recreating in Tennessee.
And like I like to say, even though it's not mine, it's still some of our responsibility to get it.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
You know, so don't just walk by it and think, well, that's okay, I didn't put it there.
Yeah.
Teach your kids to pick up litter. Kids can really help us all be educated. What we found when we talked to people is very interesting. We spoke to focus groups all over the state, and they said they went on and on about how much they love Tennessee. So many of them had moved here to be in beautiful Tennessee.
Yeah.
And then when we mentioned litter, they were like, yeah, it's a problem. And we said, well, do you know how much TDOT spends? And they guessed, well, 10,000, maybe
Yeah,
20,000. Well, when we said 19 million, they just
Yeah.
fell over. They knew it was a problem, but they didn't know the size. They weren't thinking about it.
Right.
Another crazy thing we found out was that actually in Tennessee, slightly more women litter than men. Guess why? Guess why we think?
Why is that?
Because women want a clean car. Men don't mind.
No, we just pile it
Just
up.
pile it
All
up.
kinds of
Women
like at the
want
gas
it
station.
out of the
Yeah.
car, and they push it out of the car. Keep a trash bag in your car. Pick it up when you see it. Teach your kids. Be aware of unintentional
Intentional
litter.
litter.
The
Right.
stuff blowing out of the boat in the back of your truck.
Absolutely. We got John back here. We're going to go ahead and try to. John, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, buddy.
We appreciate you calling. How can we help you tonight?
Well, you have to bear with me. I had a stroke Saturday week ago.
All right.
Oh, no.
But, okay, there's a gravel pit not far from where I live. The Corps engineers had shut them down years ago because it was polluting into Beaver Dam Creek. That's just below the bridge in between New Johnsonville and Camden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so now the property gets sold to this. There's a big lumber company in Somerville, Tennessee, that bought it, and they're checking it for titanium right now, and there's a new building in Camden that is going to be doing titanium, I understand, and this goes directly into this creek that feeds into Beaver Dam that's polluting it.
Right.
And I tried to get this stopped before it ever gets started. And I understand that what the lady was talking about at TDOT about polluting and stuff, that maybe that signs or whatever saying that this feeds into the Tennessee River system.
Right.
Okay, and anyway, that's why I was calling.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
we hope you continue to heal as well, and we appreciate you calling tonight.
Okay, buddy, thank you.
Have a great night. Yeah, and I think what John means there is possibly signs near those
Sure.
creeks and waterways that, hey, this leads into, and I don't know who all would be involved with those regulations on.
I think that's Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation.
Gotcha.
Right.
And I'm sure they'll do some type of testing to determine how much is being put into the creeks, but there is a lot of that going on. I mean, we have industrial pollution
And-
too. Tonight we're talking about litter,
Right.
but that's a whole other show.
And like we were talking earlier, I was explaining, you go to some of our core property in between core and city and state property, and then you dump on that, and nobody really knows who to go get. Who's it belongs to?
Who's supposed to clean it
Who's
up?
supposed to clean that up?
That's right.
you know, and it's just a problem.
Yeah.
One of the rules about litter that you learn if you do litter is that litter attracts litter. So that's one big reason for cleaning up these illegal dumps. And we've given some counties and communities grants. It's terrible to clean up those huge dumps. A lot of times in East Tennessee, you've got to have a crane to pull the stuff that's been dumped off the cliff up.
Because it's off the side of the
so
hill somewhere.
we have funded some of that, and it's just really important to get it cleaned up because litter attracts more litter.
It does, and what you mean by that, I'm assuming, is that you driving down the road and you're trying to get rid of some trash somewhere, and somebody else has done thrown.
And they're already going to throw
they've
some more.
already thrown, so let's throw some more down there.
People litter where they think nobody cares, and so if there's litter there, they think nobody cares.
Yeah.
They litter where they think people will pick it up. Oh, well, so and so's going to pick it up, so it doesn't matter, but it moves,
Right.
and then it gets away, and it doesn't, and it doesn't get picked up.
That's right, and we mentioned 70% is unintentional. That's right. But now let me talk for just a minute about some of the 30%ers.
Okay.
We, Dayton and I have been involved in numerous cleanups. Jake Davis, you know. But let me just mention some of the things we have found. We have found multiple televisions. I told Dayton I can't remember the last time I accidentally knocked my TV off the boat, you know, out there in the middle of the lake. You know, we found TVs out there, water beds.
Couches, chairs.
Couches.
Ooh, you're the first waterbed story I've heard.
I mean, you name it. I mean, tires, wheels,
Whiskey bottles.
equipment.
I can take you to a place, there's 1,000 whiskey bottles that's 15 years old.
So things like this, you know, are things you need to keep an eye out for.
Yes.
That's the things where you've got a hotline to report it. You know, I'm not into just reporting people, but I don't want to see you out throwing your TV out off into the
Well,
lake
like we
somewhere.
discussed, you know, maybe, you know, like the police don't have enough to do. They got a lot to do, but man, maybe pull somebody over and add some points to their record. You know, don't necessarily write them a ticket. You know, we catch you littering twice, well, we'll just take your license.
We have
something
pretty good litter laws, and I think that's the next level work we're preparing to do, is work with local judges, work with the troopers, and increase enforcement.
Yes.
When we surveyed folks and talked to them about litter attitudes, a certain percentage said they would not quit unless they thought they would be fined.
Well, hey, at least they're honest, you know.
Yeah.
If nothing
Oh,
else. But you make a good point. I mean, sometimes that's what it takes is to a couple of people get a good fine, and then word gets around pretty quick, you know, and then maybe that would cut back on some of it as well, on that side of the deal, just through enforcement,
right,
and other things. But I think a lot of it is what we're working on tonight and what you work on all the time, and that's just education. It's people don't understand. They hear us talk about it, they hear y'all talk about it until they get out and they physically see it, which is why we try to show them through video and things when we can. They just don't
even just one pickup, you're even more aware if you've actually been out there and had to pick it up.
And
once you spend an hour picking up, you don't want to litter. It's
tires and everything. It's it's everything.
It's anything you can imagine.
Everything.
Well, guys, we'll get ready to take another quick break, and we'll be right back here in just a minute with some more Southern Woods and Waters.